This is a story about the wild woman. And as you already know, the wild woman has many stories. She's had many adventures. And for this story, I invite you to make yourself really comfortable. Like you're cozying up by the fire or really going into deep hibernation states. You can be sitting or lying any way that you like. And I invite you to just come and listen to this story. So this story begins after the wild woman has had many, many, many adventures. She's been to war, she's birthed, she's worked, she's built, she's torn down, and now she's very, very exhausted. But she hasn't found her place to rest yet. So when we find the wild woman, she's walking on a path in the forest, and she's searching for a place to rest her bones. She feels her bare soles of the feet on the ground, and the coarse and cold surface of the earth beneath her. As she follows the path into the forest, she starts to hear the sound of water, and she feels this deep yearning to quench her thirst. So she follows the sound of the water until she finds a little trickle of a little spring flowing. She bends down, immerses her hands into the cold water, and feels the fresh and cleaning energy of the water. She brings water to her lips and swallows and feels the water flow down into her body, down from the throat, passing through the space behind her breastbone and flowing all the way down into her stomach. And she feels this invigorating, soothing quality of the cold, fresh water. With a little bit more peace in her body, she follows the flow of the river. And as she walks by the river, following its flow, she sees an entrance, something like a place of darkness. Entrance is covered in moss, soft and moist green. She approaches the entrance and she gently pulls away some of the vegetation that's hanging over the entrance of the cave. She sees that the water flows into the cave. It's quite a strong flow of water, but it's also gentle. She follows the flow of the water into the cave. And as she enters this deep, profound darkness inside the cave, as if she's in the womb of the earth, she notices that the water, even if it's dark, it has almost like a glow to it, like it's receiving light from somewhere. And she starts to feel so drawn, like all that heaviness in her bones, all the tiredness of her body is pulling her down, asking her to lie down in the water. She finds a place where the water is shallow, where it's running over rocks. And it's almost as if the rocks make a bed for her. There's a smooth surface that fits perfectly. And there's a rock where she can rest her head so that it stays out of the water while she submerges her body. The wild woman follows the call of her bones and goes to lie down in the water. She feels the heavy pull of gravity holding her close, pulling her down, pulling bones to stone, taking her home. Here she lies in the water, and she lets the water soothe her burdened body. And the water is cool and fresh, and she feels a fire inside her body keeping her warm. And here she lies for a good while water flows over her body. Flowing over the top of her head, the back of her head, over her neck and shoulders, relieving shoulders of their burden. It flows over the front of her chest, her left breast and her right breast, cleaning her heart of burdens. The water flows over her belly, her left and right hip, her womb space, her yoni, gently trickling around her inner thighs and outer thighs, flowing down over her knees, lower legs and feet, and caressing her big toes, second toes, third toes, fourth toes, and fifth toes. She feels the water with its gentle trickle in her armpits, over her upper arms, slushing around her elbows, the inner part of her elbows, the lower arms, and her hands, as if gently taking anything she was holding on to, any burdens from her hands, and saying, I'll take care of this. Caressing the palms of her hands, the back of her hands, and her thumbs, index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, and little fingers. The woman starts to notice that something is coming off her skin, as if there's a layer of ash or deadened skin, some kind of dark, crusty material coming off of her skin. The water gently flowing, gently bringing this dead, old skin with it. She feels it peeling off of her third eye, around her eyes, over the top of the head and the ears, peeling off of the whole of her face, of her nose, her lips, her chin. And as the water doesn't reach her face, she lifts up her hands with a little bit of water to rub this dead, old skin off her face, and feel how underneath is this glowing, soft, smooth, new skin. She feels this old skin rub off of her neck, her chest and back, as she wriggles gently on the stone to help to remove the stagnated, crusty feeling from her skin. Feeling it peel off of her shoulders, her armpits, her upper arms and lower arms, the palms of the hands, the backs of the hands, and all of the fingers, and inside all the places between the fingers, all this old skin coming off of the fingernails and under the nails. Everything old coming off, falling away with the gentle flow of the water. Of the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, the front of the chest, the breasts, the nipples, the torso, around the ribs, the belly, the pelvis, the hip bones, the buttocks, the small of the back, and all around the legs, thighs, knees, lower leg, feet. And she feels this crusty old skin starting to come loose between the toes and the gaps between the toes, under the toenails, on the toenails. Letting the water carry away this old skin. And noticing this clear, bright skin beneath. Translucent, soft, smooth, elastic, agile, soft like a baby. The woman feels her heart glow with refreshed, renewed hope and faith. The word new comes. New, renewed, cleaned of the past, cleared of the past, free to forge ahead. She takes a deep breath. And she notices sensation around her ovaries, inside the bowl of the hip bones, a little bit beneath, on the left side and the right side. She feels her ovaries glow, just like her heart was. She places a couple of fingers over the ovaries to receive their soft, glowing pulse. And for her inner eyes, she sees them as these beautiful pearls, like mermaid treasures under the water, and the water running over with the light playing over her eggs. She feels the immense gifts and the wondrous, magical, mysterious power to create newness, to create from scratch, without the burdens of the past. Freed. She feels their soft, glowing pulse in her fingertips. She feels their soft, glowing pulse inside her body. She sees their beauty, and she feels enchanted and bewildered by their beauty. And for her inner eye, she owns in on one of the eggs to really see it, one of these translucent pearls. And as her inner eye reaches the surface of the egg, she sees that inside the egg is a whole world. Like there's a planet in there. There's a whole life that hasn't been lived yet. Pure potential. Long sunny days, long balmy nights. She stays inside the vision of this egg. Receiving it. And she takes in a deep breath and exhale with a sense of a deep relief. And slowly she starts to come back to the awareness of her whole body. Her whole body a little more glowy. Her whole body completely transformed after having shed the old skin. She feels renewed, softened, strong, energized, and at peace. She slowly starts to incorporate herself. She blinks her eyes open and she touches the ground beneath, that smooth rock where she was lying, with gratitude, thanking the water and the earth for receiving her old skin and for renewing her spirit and her body. The wild woman gets up from the water and exits the cave, opening her eyes to receive the beautiful golden sunshine. And as she looks around, it is as if the whole world is new and unburdened, free and wondrous. That was the story of the renewal of the wild woman. And you can stay cozied up where you are, maybe transition into a nap or into your night. Or if you want, you can start to gently move the body without any hurry, without any pressure, and slowly come back, transitioning back into whatever comes next, whatever wondrous thing comes next.